Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your favorite podcast, Chiquis and Chill. This episode is for all of my supporters out there, whether you've been with me since day one or you've recently discovered me through my music or reality TV shows. Today, I want to talk about Boss B Nation and what it really means. Okay, I want to get into it because it's something that sometimes is misunderstood, and it's also something that has evolved so much throughout the years. So I want to explain it to you because some of you may be boss bees and you really don't even know exactly what it means and how I came up with the saying. So here we go. And I'm going to tell you guys how this started and how Boss B Nation was created. When I was recording for Chiquis and Roxy, the first reality show I was a part of, like in 2009, 2010, Gerald, he's no longer my friend, but he was my friend then. He would use this thing called boss bitch a lot. And we would play with it like, oh, I'm a boss bitch. And there was levels to it. If you guys go back and watch those episodes, like you'll know. If you know, you know. If not, I'll explain it here. And so in reality, I can't take full credit. It was Gerald that started Boss Bitch. But I always was worried about the youth. And I always thought about, okay, bitch is kind of strong. And some people can take the word offensively, especially women, of course. So I started thinking about how I can make it more kid-friendly, I guess, and just softer, not so rough. So that's how I came up with Boss B. And then I started looking into the importance of what bees are and how important they are really to our survival, guys. These little insects, these little beautiful flying insects are so essential to our ecosystem. Anyway, I won't go there, but you should check it out and we have to save the bees. Side note. Okay. And so that's how it happened. I looked into bees and I read and researched about them and what they represent. And then it just started from there. So it became Boss B, B-E-E. And that's how it happened. This happened years ago. And I feel some people misinterpret it because when you think of boss, it's like, oh, she's bossy or she thinks she's better than or she wants to boss people around. And that's not the case here at all. And before I get into the nitty gritty of what Boss B really represents, I also was looking because I started getting fans and people following me. And so I felt weird then calling my fans my fans. So I was like, I want to create some type of community and call them something other than fans. So that's why I was like, okay, Boss Bees. So it was little by little, it just started flowing and it grew organically on its own. And I was just really into this whole thing. And I've always been a person that wants to be a positive light in the world, which is why I created this. So that's just another little thing that I wanted to state. And in my opinion, boss can come off a little strong, but I think it's important for you guys to understand what it is. And it represents built on self-success, okay? B-O-S-S, built on self-success. And when you think of that, you're thinking, oh, perhaps it's a person that is an opportunist and they are going to do anything and everything to get where they want. And I don't know. I don't know what it is that you're thinking, but what I meant for it to represent is the following. I wrote some stuff down for you guys, okay? Here we go. So, self-defined success, okay? Built on self-success. Success is not just money or status. It's in alignment with your values and fulfillment in your own terms. Ownership of your story. How taking responsibility of your life puts you in the driver's seat. Daily habits and discipline. Small, consistent actions that create big results, okay? Turning obstacles into opportunities, using challenges as fuel rather than excuses. Ooh, play that again. Boundaries and leadership, knowing when to say yes, when to say no, and leading yourself before leading others. That is what I mean. And also comes the aspect of faith, because I know I have not been able to get where I am today if it wasn't for my faith. For the higher power, for whatever it is that you want to call it. For me, it's God, it's the higher power, it's the creator that has given me the strength to keep going in this sometimes very hard world. And that is part of my built on self-success. That's a huge part of it. So I wanted to break that down because a lot of people have this misconception of the word boss. And that's why it was important for me to talk about this subject and about boss bee, because I want you guys to feel very proud. When you say I'm a boss bee, we're boss bees, guys. We're like doing it. We're trying our best to just survive out here. And for a long time, I was in surviving mode, guys. I get it. And now we're thriving boss bees. Okay. So that's boss. Now we have bee, BEE. You think of bees. Yes, we love bees. We love what they represent. They represent sweetness. They represent prosperity. They represent spirituality. They save us. I mean, literally. So that's one part. But BEE stands for Babe Embracing Evolution. Now, I wrote some things down again because I wanted to break it down because I didn't want to forget everything. So it's the power of embracing change. Growth requires letting go of old versions of yourself. Grace is the process, being kind to yourself while evolving, okay? Because life is full of surprises, ups and downs. Life could be, an emotional roller coaster. So that's why it is important to have grace in the process, okay? Stepping into new seasons, not fearing reinvention or redirection. Even if you just turned 40 and you feel like I should already know what I want, I should already have a baby, I should already be married, I should already be in a different level of my career. It's okay. Don't compare your process and your progress with anyone else's. Do not fear reinvention or redirection. That is a babe embracing evolution. Feminine strength. This one was hard for me, guys, okay? But feminine strength, owning softness, intuition, and emotional intelligence as power. This was a little difficult for me. I went through being a people pleaser, and that stemmed from being quiet and not speaking my mind, things that I learned and picked up in my household. Act like a lady as much as you can. Don't be too outspoken, and I'm like, okay, so I was just too quiet. Then I learned to find the balance within that. And then I became too masculine because I'm like, oh, hell no, I got hurt. I'm not going to let any man hurt me. And it's finding that balance in our softness and our feminine and masculine energies. Community and connection, how uplifting others during your evolution deepens your own journey. And that, for me, that's what Boss Bee Nation is all about. How we came to Boss Bee Nation. Boss Bee came first, then we made it a nation because I wanted a mission, okay? And I wanted to invite people on this mission because I can't do it alone. And I know that. And I want my Boss Bees to help me change the world one heart at a time. And that is our slogan. That is our motto. That is like what we have on the Instagram, because I really truly believe that. Like, it doesn't have to be on a huge scale where you can change someone's life. You don't have to be famous to help someone out. You just having the desire of helping someone out, and it doesn't have to be public. It could be quietly, but as long as that you're doing your part in this world by being of service, that also helps you. So that's why I created Boss Bee Nation. And that came from a Boss Bee. One of my fans, her name is Raquel, and we both were into the 49ers. I'm not into football as much as I was before. Anyway, but 49ers was my first football team that I loved. And they call it 49er Nation or Niner Nation. And that's why we're like, oh, what if we call it Nation? It was her idea. I said, heck yeah, I love it. So that's how Boss Bee Nation happened. And now, it's grown. It's been how long? We just celebrated, I think February 13th is our anniversary. And we created it February 13th, 2014, guys. So yeah, it's been over 10 years. And I love that we're still going hard and we've created this beautiful community. A lot of my Boss Bees have come together, have gotten married, guys, have had babies. Like, now it's so crazy to me to see like people that have come to my autograph signings, Boss Bees, and now they have babies and they're bringing their babies to meet me, and they're fans and they're wearing their bee stuff, and they came, like, it was just tripping me out, especially with the book tour, just meeting the babies of my boss bees, of my babies. It's the craziest thing. Like, for instance, I just mentioned Raquel and her partner met as boss bees, and they're still together. And it's been, I don't know how many years, at least 8. So it's beautiful. It's been a really beautiful thing. And I wanted to just explain it and take the time because it's important to me. Anything that I create, anything that I do, there's always a meaning behind it. There's always a positive message behind it. And that is what Boss Bee is. And I'm so proud of it because that was the first thing that I created. And I could say is mine, is ours, because I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, without my boss bees, the people that believe in my vision, the people that support me. And we've been able to help a lot of people, guys. I've talked about this vaguely, but it's not a nonprofit, but I eventually will get there. But my boss bees that purchase my merch, that purchase mainly my merchandise at my shows or even online, that all goes directly, every single dollar goes directly into my Boss Bee account. And when I get a letter or we go and donate to schools, like right now, a lot of kids need school supplies. It's not just me, guys. It's also you guys. You guys are also helping. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Yes, I'm the one that makes the initial investment, but you guys go out there and purchase it. And we're doing this together. So eventually I do want to make it a nonprofit, but right now it's just us. And I know a lot of you guys believe in the mission and are very aware of our slogan, which is, again, changing the world one heart at a time. But that's why I wanted to make this episode and explain to you guys what Boss Bee really means and what it represents and the true meaning behind it. And also how to find balance, because I did have a Boss Bee a couple years ago now, asked me for advice and said, look, I know that we're supposed to be beams of light in the world and help people out, but there's this boss bee that's pissing me off. And how it just makes me laugh because she was really concerned. She's like, I really want to kick her ass and I don't want to disappoint you. And I really want to be a true boss bee. So can you give me some advice and calm me down because I don't know what else to do. Because the way she handled things back then, she was like, I'm a gangster. I come from the hood. I'm going to kick someone's ass, And I'm like, okay, I get that. I feel you. There's some people I want to slap around sometimes, but we're trying to make the world a better place here. I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Let me talk to her or try to speak to her. So I give her advice. The point is that my boss bees really take this seriously. And I want you guys to know that I'm so grateful. And I'll say it again and I'll say it forever. I would not be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for you guys. On those days when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling disappointed in the industry, in the world, when I'm like, you know what, I'm going to step away from music or I'm just going to hide out for a little while. And I read one of your guys' letters that you guys give me at my shows or at an autograph signing, you guys make me feel better. I'll go on social media and your comments or listening to you guys on Dear Chiquis. And it gives me that inspiration. And sometimes you guys re-inspire me to just keep going and know, okay, we have a mission in this world and it's not always going to be easy and you're not always going to get it right. And being part of Boss Bee Nation or being a Boss Bee doesn't mean that we're going to be perfect. We're going to mess up and we're going to want to kick someone's ass sometimes. I get it. I want to flip people off on the freeway too. I understand. But it's at least us trying. How can I go and help someone? How can I commit an act of kindness today with someone that I know, or even better, with someone that I don't know? Even if they're not nice, even if they don't receive it well, at least I know I did my best and I tried. Hopefully they do. Hopefully it's reciprocated. It's not always going to be reciprocated. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that stop you from being who you are meant to be. Don't let anyone change your essence. And these are all things and reminders for myself, guys, as well. So everything that I do, it's not because I'm perfect and because I have it all together. Sometimes I have it all together. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm in a great mood. Sometimes I'm not. I've just learned not to fake the funk. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm not feeling good today. I'm not 100 today. I'm 20% today, actually. And what can you do to make me feel better? And vice versa, right? So I do want to talk a little bit about balancing the strength between boss and bee. Boss, I think, is the strength, And then B is the grace. That comes with time, that comes with practice. And I don't want to get into it fully because more than anything, this episode was meant for you guys to just understand what it truly means, boss B. And you're going to probably have to replay this episode a few times, and that's okay. Hit it, girl. Give us those downloads. Share this episode. Help your friend out so that we can continue helping the world because we're doing this together again. So remember, guys, you don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep building and keep evolving. That's what it is, you know? So I do have some little tips for you guys as well if you want to become a boss bee. And you don't have to say, oh, I'm a boss bee. No, just practice and adopt these suggestions, okay? Create a personal definition of success. What is your definition of success? It could be different from mine. Everyone's definition of success is different, obviously. There are some people that think success is having flashy stuff, is being very rich. Other people feel like success is going out to the mountains and being by yourself and just not being involved with all the chaos of the world. I don't know. It is important that you create a personal definition of success. This is just my opinion and what has worked for me and what I've gone through personally, right? And what I've been able to sobrevivir. What's the word to sobrevivir? That I've been able to thrive from or survive from, whatever you want to call it. Okay, moving forward. Commit to one habit that moves you toward your goals. Habits are important. We talk about the habits a lot here, guys. Habits, routine. Again, I fall off my routine. It happens. We try to create habits. Remember, it takes 21 days to create a habit. So be patient. It's a process. Identify an area where you need to embrace change. Change is uncomfortable. I know. A lot of people don't like change. I don't really like it. But I'm learning to like it because I know that with change comes growth. And I want to become the best version of myself today, right now. Some days I'll have bad days. Like the other day, I was like, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to go lay my ass down, take a nap, and chill out. And I felt better afterward. So just know that, again, it's a process. And this is part of being a boss bee, is embracing these changes and knowing that this is a journey forever. This is a forever journey, guys. It's not a destination. It's not like, okay, I'm going to do this because this is where I want to get, because then you get there and then you're going to have to take another journey to another destination. And that's just how life is. And I've learned to accept it. And it's not an easy realization, but once you just accept it, like you start kind of rolling with the punches and riding the wave in a way. And last one, surrounding yourself with people who support your evolution. Ooh, that's why I love hanging with y'all, with my boss bees, because yes, people need to support your evolution and try to stay away from those people that don't bring out the best in you, that actually bring out the worst. I had to let go of a few people this year. Actually, I shouldn't say a few, a couple, because it's 2 people. And I think it's one of the best things I've done. I've done that a lot the last 10 years where I'm like, okay, this person is not serving my highest good. They make me feel worse than I want to feel. They bring down my energy. There are energy leeches and suckers, guys, like vampires. And you need to be careful and surround yourself with people that, no, they don't have to be on the same page and, want to evolve the way you do, but at least support you and say, hey, that's not my thing, dude, but I love you and cool. I love you. And if that's what you love to do, that's awesome. Not really my vibe, but I love that it's your vibe, sort of vibe, And I've learned like I need to be around people that make me feel good, that bring out the best in me, that make me want to be a better me. If you're going to piss me off one too many times and you're making me feel depleted after hanging out with you, like that to me is an indication of, yeah, this relationship, this friendship, this partnership is not serving my highest good. So think about that because we all have them around us. We all have them around us. Sometimes they're even our family members, people that we absolutely love. And we can love someone, but that doesn't mean we're going to like them. And that's okay. So just think about that. And these are just things that I wanted to kind of like quickly talk about Even if you are not a boss bee or you don't want to be called a boss bee, that's totally fine. It's just there's so much to unpack behind the meaning of it that I thought it was important to write these things down. So, moving on, I do have an empowering affirmation for you. I love affirmations. I love mantras. And I wrote one for you. It's very short, very cute. I am built on self-success. I am a babe embracing evolution. I am a boss bee. It is simple, but very deep. I am built on self-success. What is self-success? What is your definition of success? And I'm a babe embracing evolution. I'm okay with what's happening in the world. I can't control those things, but I can control myself. How I react, how it affects me, and I also control how I can detox myself from it. I'm embracing evolution. I'm embracing growth. And I know with growth comes X, Y, and Z. I am a boss bee. If you want to say you're a boss bee, if not, it's totally fine. So, anywho, that's this episode. And I'm excited that you're here. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for pressing the play button. I appreciate you. And I hope that this episode can spark something in you to just make a change today. A good change or start a habit or a routine, anything that's going to make your heart radiate and for you to also radiate love in the world. Because love is the moving force of the universe, guys, okay? And I don't mean to get all hippie on you, but these are my feelings and my thoughts today, and I'm grateful that you're here to listen to them. So share this episode with someone that you love, and I will be waiting for you here for the next episode of Chiquis and Chill. I love you, my boss bees. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.